So I'm the first citizen of Bexley.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, I'd like to open this interview with, have you had the vaccine?
I have. I've had 2 jabs.
Had 2 jabs, lovely. What did you have?
Good question. What did I have? I had the AstraZeneca one, so that my wife's a nurse and she had the Pfizer ones. So we've got a good even mix in our house.
Yeah, that's good. What do you think is the biggest barrier stopping people from taking the vaccine?
At the moment, the fact that people can't get it because obviously there's the wait of the wait list. But there's obviously there's an amount of scaredness around it. There's a lot of miscommunication about it. People seem to be trying to scare people from doing it, and that's rubbish because at the end of the day, everyone should have it.
Exactly. And have you heard any myths or any misconceptions?
Lots of myths. I've heard everything from it's not halal, it's not good for vegans. I've heard it will give you extra 5G powers. You'll have a direct line to Microsoft. I've heard that it's fake, that the government's injecting you with nanobots and trackers. It'll turn you green. What else have we got? There's loads of it. It's all rubbish.
Yeah. So what do you think we can do to overcome these myths?
We just need to keep telling people the truth. And so what you're doing is fantastic. Keep telling people that the vaccine is safe. It's, I spoke to an imam the other day and he turned around and said even during Ramadan he was telling people to have it because it will not affect their fasting, it's safe, it's perfectly normal to take it, we need everybody to do it. And young people need to take it as well when they get offered it.
Exactly.
You will not sadly have a direct link to Bill Gates, he will not start talking to you in your head. It will not happen. It's all rubbish, it's good, it's safe, and it means that you'll be able to see family again, friends again, be able to go out and gather again properly without having to maybe do it not properly.
Yeah. Well, how do you think that us as a community, we can motivate people of BAME origin to take the vaccines?
Just talk to people, get into groups, go and talk to churches are a great place to go and talk and spread the word, because at the end of the day, we just have to be talking to people. Doing these videos, fantastic, because you can be sending them out by social media, going to gatherings, meeting up with social groups where they can and they can't. I've been trying to do as much of it myself. I've been working with a few of the groups, just talking to people and getting out there. And I'm more than happy to help wherever I can. If you want me to come and talk to people, I'll come and talk to them.
Thank you.
I'll bring a tinfoil hat for those that still don't believe. But at the end of the day, it's perfectly safe and it's good to do because we can all get back to normal.
Thank you. I've got a couple of politics.
I love it. I should point out I'm mayor, so I'm non-political. I straddle both. I'm elected as a Conservative councillor, but as mayor, I support all. But go on, ask me a question.
Do you think the government is doing enough to prevent the spread of fake news?
I think they're doing the best they can. I think it's difficult because in the current age, fake news. Let's be honest with you, it's spread by the internet. We can't control the internet, and we shouldn't, because at the end of the day, it should be a free-flowing forum. I think they're doing their best. I've worked with a doctor called Dr. Harpreet Sood, who's been working with the South Asian communities. He's a former Chief Information Officer for NHS England, and they set up a task force to try and get into some of those communities that are stopped. The government is doing everything it can. Could it do more? Could always do more. Absolutely, but I think they're doing a great job of what they're trying to do at the moment.
Thank you very much. 2 more questions, if that's okay.
Yeah, of course it is.
Do you think that COVID-19 has affected BAME communities disproportionately?
I'd say it probably has, because I've seen some of the figures. My wife's a nurse, and it's odd because they all had to suddenly go through this whole grading of whether or not they should be working in certain areas, and so I think a lot of her colleagues who were actually part of the BAME community, had to stop working. I think it may have done. I don't think we've seen enough about it. I know from working with NHS England that another friend of mine, Dr. Nikki Kanani, who is the Director of Primary Care for NHS England, did a whole piece of work last year with the People Director, Shireen Nassar, around it. So I know that there's lots of evidence. I don't think we're talking about it enough. I don't think we're spreading the word enough. And I think we need to. I think we need to work out why as well. I'd like to see why it's affecting the community more. But anything we can do, let's do it.
And also, do you believe the current government has an effective vaccine rollout system with the weighting, with the different grouping systems? Do you think that's...
I think they've got the rollout system that we needed and we could probably handle. Could it be better? I think it can always be better. But at the end of the day, they've had to vaccinate so many millions of people.
Yeah.
You've got to do it a certain way. Locally, it was done by PCNs, it was done by the NHS. Then community pharmacies were set up and it was done through there. And you have to do it in stages. It's the only way of doing it. I mean, otherwise it would be a free-for-all, and you can imagine how that would turn.
Yeah.
Look the other day when they said over in Wembley that suddenly, over 18s could come and have their... And thousands of people turned up. And they only had so many vaccines. It was terrible. So I think they've had to do it that way. Would I like to be in a position of being able to decide? No, I wouldn't. And I'm grateful that we've got them making that decision for us at the moment. But it's a tough job. Someone's got to do it, and I think they're probably doing okay.
Thank you very much. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, other than the fact that the vaccine's safe. It's all this rubbish about, it's not gone through proper trials. It's utter rubbish. Vaccines typically take about 18 months to go through a trial period to be signed off by MRHA and others. This one was fast-tracked, so all the red tape was cut. They managed to do all the normal work on it safely, exactly the same as any other vaccine. They just worked on it 24 hours a day. They threw money and resources at it. It's gone through the same safety mechanisms, it's gone through the same testing as any vaccine, it's gone through absolutely everything, just quicker. Now there is a question that says, does that now mean that every other vaccine can be done quicker? And of course it can. It just costs a lot of money. So that may not happen. But the vaccine's safe. Everyone needs to take the vaccine, quite frankly. And I'm just glad that you're doing what you're doing and for the foundation and the work.
Thank you very much.
So thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
No, thank you.